There you go.
Okay, we're back to it. 2024. That was so anyway, we'll talk about that. I have a suggestion, but welcome back to the Organic Football Podcast. We can call it that now.
Back
right?
to being organic.
Back to being organic, back to being a podcast.
We dropped the show. A little too much work.
That was fun. Yeah, driving there twice a week. You know, it was great. The guys there were awesome.
The guys were awesome.
It was a great experience. You know, it's way easier just to be at home and
I know.
Hop on.
The commute was amazing.
Let's go, especially for you,
Brad.
And Matt, Brad and Matt.
And we don't have to feel so restricted here. Not that they restricted us, but you know, no commercials, so we can just have our conversation. It can flow as it would.
My biggest downfalls to it was the constant stopping and going. Right when you got to a good point, it's like, we're a commercial, gotta go.
Right.
It killed a lot of the organic nature of our conversations sometimes.
So that's why we're back.
And here we are. Something else will be back, and it's that intermission.
Yeah.
For the intermission back, so that's kind of a
cool thing. Again, weird shit.
Yeah. We can let it get weird. Exactly. That's exactly right. Now again, I don't think that was like any fault of their own, but it just didn't work for doing it as a TV show. You know,
tried it out for a year and a season.
Yeah.
Tried it.
Yeah.
Liked it, didn't love it. We're back. So welcome back. Anyone have any cool stories?
Off-season stories? That was. Off season.
Any stories? Anything good?
I got a funny story.
Okay.
So I opened up a pack of cards and I got this little redemption thing, which I thought was, you know, just like enter a sweepstake and, you know, hopefully you win. Almost threw it away twice, but turns out it was a redemption card for Devon Achane rookie card autographed.
Wow. Oh, man.
So, and it's numbered to number 28. So there's only 28 of them.
So do you have it in your possession?
No, because it was a redemption card. He hasn't signed it yet. So they have 120 days to go get him to sign the card and then give it to me. So I'm hoping it's 28 at 28 because, you know, he's number 28.
Oh, that'd be dope. You got to get that rated too.
Oh, fuck yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
What do you mean rated?
Actually,
like
looking
graded
or something?
Graded, yeah. In a slab.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know
and
if
they rate it.
Like the actual card, they give it a value, or is that rated?
It's a mint, like mint state. Is it how good of grade is it?
Oh, I see.
Like is it mint condition?
Yeah, condition of it, and then the value gets attached to that. So
they rated
if it's a
1 through 10, right?
Gem mint, 1 through 10. If it's a 10, it's a perfect card. It's gonna command more than a 9. So.
Well, you should give it to your kids. Let them play with it a little bit, and you know.
Fuck that. I'll let them play with it, but it's my card. So.
It's gonna be in a case that big, indestructible.
Look at it through the glass.
Exactly. Like that big.
Watch he bust his knees up and he never plays again, and we're doing this for nothing.
Yeah.
Don't say that, man.
Busted his knee, and he's back.
Yeah.
I do think he's back.
So. Not yet. He'll be back at game 6 or something like that.
Well, minimum of 4. So anybody who's on the PUP list still is a minimum of 4 games out. So several of those guys, TJ Hawkinson, he's going to be out at least 4 games. A few other guys, Nick Chubb, the notable guy who will be remaining out. So Jerome Ford will have the job for the first 4 weeks there at least. And with PUP, it's confusing because it's a minimum of 4 weeks, but then they can pull them off. They can be on a practice window for another 3 weeks. So it can string out for another. It can be week 8 or so before he's back. So we'll see what happens with him. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Definitely still draftable. It's Nick Chubb, so I think he's still got to be on people's rosters, but he's later rounds because of that.
So that means Nick Chubb out for a full year. From
did you see what happened to his knee?
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I was
that
gonna
was
say,
gnarly.
I thought he was done. His
I'm
career
surprised.
was done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was done playing, but
That was the second knee injury too.
I know.
Yeah.
yeah, that was crazy.
Wasn't it the other knee? So now both knees are like fully new replaced knees.
I thought it was the
Yeah.
same name.
Oh,
That stuff worries me. That stuff worries me too. Just
Yeah,
I'm not looking.
Same knee.
I'm not
2015.
looking at same
Mhm.
knee. Oh my
Yep.
god.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing with an auction draft, or obviously if you're doing a snake draft, do you really want to go high on Nick Chubb?
No.
You know, there's a
That's
lot
a
of
value.
risk. If
It's a value.
if he's there way late, you know, like you're buying him for $5, like sure, you know, but I think it's just one of those things you're just gonna have to wait and see on there's a lot of them out there like that.
He's worth it for $5. He's worth it for
Yeah.
whatever it is, a 12th round pick or something like that. So definitely worthwhile venture, but you know, it has to come at the value. We just don't know when you come back from ACLs. It's tough. And most of the time, you do not come back. But there have been some outliers. You do not usually come back to peak performance right away either. It takes some time for that injury to actually heal for that full second year almost. Basically, like he'll have been out a year. Peak performance is usually another year past that. So. It's not going to be somebody I'm looking to roster this year. Let's put it that way.
And not only that, the guys that come back and are usually healthy right away are the ones that, you know, they tore it, but they didn't like tear it. You know, it wasn't like sustainable damage, where he had a lot of damage.
Mm.
And also those guys have shown progress coming back. Like, oh, he's running early. That's a good sign. Where I don't think we've seen any of that. So I think it's just going to be your standard 1 year.
We did see a video of him lifting like 600 pounds, so that was pretty encouraging. But that's not running. You know, that's the one thing. Everybody got all excited. They're like, "Oh my god, look at Nick Chubb! Like he's just
he's the side to side movement where that tendon wants to give. So it's the cuts that you need to be able.
Too high of a risk is what you guys are saying. Sounds like.
I think so. I steer clear. I mean,
there's too many other guys out there to warn.
What about TJ Hawkinson? What happened to him?
I think he was an ACL as well.
Oh, okay.
Little further into the year as well. So he's on the pup list, so he'll be out at least 4 games. I think it's going to be a little bit longer, in my opinion. And then, there's one other guy who I was thinking about. Maybe it's it's Keaton Mitchell. That's the guy who's been on my mind. I've been wondering what's been going on with that backfield, and Keaton Mitchell will be on the pup list as well. So
that's what I'm really intrigued with.
King Henry to reign in that backfield.
Yeah, so like when Keaton Mitchell comes back, I mean, Derrick Henry's never had a supporting cast like he's got there in Baltimore now. So in theory, he should be running wild. He should be rejuvenated and just tear it up, especially when, you know, you got Lamar Jackson that can run the ball the other way. You know, you got sprinters down the field, Zay Flowers. You know, you got Mark Andrews. So there's a lot of weapons that you have to pay attention to besides him. When he was in Tennessee, everyone knew he was running the ball. Yeah. So I wonder when Keaton Mitchell comes back, because he's a beast too. Like he's quick and fast and like the perfect change of pace guy. So are they going to split it 50-50 and not really wear the King Henry down? So because they're thinking long term with him, they want to keep him around. And if so, that's going to kind of diminish his value a little bit, even though it's still Derrick Henry and he's beast, but he went from like 45 to like, 30, 35. So
when you say 45, 35, you're talking about his auction value?
Yes.
Gotcha. I think they're going to have a role for Keaton Mitchell when he comes back. So I think that's something to be aware of. But I also think Derrick Henry, I think he's in line for kind of a beast mode season. Like you said, 1,200 yards, but I wonder how many touchdowns. I think that's the big deal. I don't think Lamar Jackson's really ever been a big touchdown runner. You know, he's not like what you'll see with Jalen Hurts where he's getting all the touchdowns. But I think there's tons of light boxes, like you said. They have so many weapons that they're going to have to almost let Derrick Henry run a little bit.
Yeah,
that's a scary deal.
Like you have a 3-point lead going into halftime. Third quarter, you're coming out and you're just running the ball to Derrick Henry. You're just gonna beat him up and bruise him, and then you get 10, and then they're just their whole will give. So I see him getting a lot of his points in that third, fourth quarter. But like you said, what, maybe a touchdown a game?
Yeah, that's what I was
12
thinking. Is
to
that he's going to
18
get
touchdowns?
17, 18 touchdowns this season. I think that's legit
That's
in
awesome.
range for him. Yeah. So I mean, we're talking top, 6, 7 running back with those type of numbers. So to me, there's a little worry when it comes to wear and tear with a guy like Derrick Henry. But man, there's just too much good. Like you've been talking about him this offseason, about him putting him on your roster, and I'm kind of like, man,
I named my kid after him,
Yeah, you really did, huh?
Yeah, my son's name is Henry. So, yeah.
My son's name is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry Smith.
Henry Derrick Smith.
Henry Derrick Smith. That's not name's Derrick. Oh my god.
But yeah.
Wait a second. What is Henry's
What are
middle
you
name?
drafting him at then?
Well, see, that's the thing. I've been torn up because, like, do I spend 45 on him because I know what his role is? If he's getting 75% of the touches, 45 all day. But if he's a little more 50-50, do I drop to 35? And if so, that's more like in the range of Devin Achane. Do I go him? Do I, there's other guys I can go.
I
Because
think
you kind of want guys with go.
Brad, with our group of guys, I mean, this is year 14 or whatever the hell it is. Henry going to a different team and he's back and he's good. I think some other people might push him towards that 45 number because I think they're gonna want Derrick Henry on their
Brad.
roster.
I think you're gonna spend 45.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If I don't know what his role is, can I justify it?
Right.
I think, okay, well, first of all, the news of Keaton Mitchell is good for you. That he's at least, they said 4 to 6 weeks, probably likely at least.
And
like
if he's tearing it up, there's no rush to bring him back,
And that's enough reason to, if he has a solid 4 to 6 weeks, then he's going to solidify his spot. Period.
I did have this vision of me winning a championship finally in this league with Henry on my team. So,
yeah,
best of luck. Yeah. I was looking at last year's stats for our league, and there's some crazy, like the high points. What was it? It was one stat where somebody made it all the way to week 16, and then someone beat them by like 2 points or something to take the. I don't know. Boom goes the
Mark.
Yeah,
beat him.
That was nuts. It's like, and of course, I didn't make it to.
I was on the last play of the game
points,
too. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
It was the last play of the game.
Oh man,
God.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Matt, you should come. On Sunday. Come hang out
this Sunday.
Yeah,
I'll be at the D-backs game.
What's that?
I'll be at the D-backs game.
Oh, no, is that Dodgers?
Dodgers, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you really choosing baseball over watching our fantasy football drafts?
D-backs are killing it though. They're killing it.
I am. Wow. They are killing it. But...
By the way, do you know how many people I've talked to that had their draft like 3 weeks ago?
Oh my Lord!
Not even kidding.
See,
not even kidding.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Injuries
3 weeks ago.
This is our fault.
Some people did it this past weekend, which I'm a firm believer of do it as close to opening day as possible, or
hold up.
I mean,
no,
what?
I got to stop you. Not one person in our league wanted to push it this close. Me and Rich.
Now I'm on your team. No, and
once I became commissioner, I just pushed it to this. Yeah. So
I'm praising you for
just to let you know it was a hard fought battle to get us here.
We did. We had to battle because Labor Day weekend is tough. I do understand that a lot of people go, "Hey, it's Labor Day weekend."
Well,
I'm taking a vacation.
There's slight advantages because Chris is going to be in North Dakota shithouse and fucking drafted his ass away. So, that might be he'll be partying.
For Brad and I mean, there were years where we bunkered down and did not visit the draft.
Mainly because you didn't want me to smoke weed. So,
well, yeah,
indoors, correct.
Yeah.
Indoors, yeah.
Well, you kept sending it places that did not allow that. So.
Right, like a restaurant or someone's home.
Yeah.
So
I passed.
Certain homes we were not allowed to smoke weed in. And so Brad and I would bunker up together and do our draft.
Weed.
The only
The
acceptable
war
home to
room.
smoke weed in is Serap's home. There's, it's probably it's like a party house. You know what I mean?
I wonder if Greg.
Yeah, I mean, you can go.
Greg's going to be
outside
okay
to
with
smoke.
us smoking weed, right?
Well, yeah, maybe only in the backyard. But yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I have no problem smoking in the backyard. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're saying on the premise? Oh no, this is more indoor. But no, Greg's totally fine with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to smoke inside Greg's house.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know.
I didn't even smoke inside Syropes.
You probably could have.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I definitely hit my vape in there.
You could have done
vape's
it.
different.
You could have done a lot more in there too. Trust me.
Vape is so
Yeah.
different.
Anything goes at that house. Anything goes.
Just don't bring a black light.
Whatever I want over there.
Exactly. Black light's not for scorpions. Anyway. So yeah, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, last weekend, seeing people post shit on Facebook like, "Oh, just finished our draft," and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think I think you get to hear because you need all the news. Today we got 2 pieces of news. Elijah Mitchell is out for the season, and AJ Dillon is out for the season. So those are they're
huge.
They're minor. They're minor-ish news, but they have major impact. So we know now that Christian McCaffrey's backup will be Jordan Mason. That's the exact handcuff. We don't have to worry about what is the situation. Yes,
it's been 3 years of that.
Elijah Mitchell's on the injury report. Like we've heard this story a million fucking times. Now we don't have to hear that story this season, so we know if we're getting Christian McCaffrey and your league, if you have enough bench spots or enough bench room, which we do in our league, you're going to want to go and handcuff insurance policy and go get Jordan Mason. Same thing with the AJ Dillon news out of Green Bay. Josh Jacobs is the clear defined number 1. But we were looking at A.J. Dillon and the rookie Marshawn Lloyd. We're kind of looking at those 2 guys and going, well, what do we do with this? And now it's totally clear. We can go draft Marshawn Lloyd as a high-end insurance back. I think they're those 2 guys now are, when it comes to insurance or handcuffing, those guys are really high on the list of guys that I want to go get. If I roster one of those top backs. If I roster Josh Jacobs, I'm pretty much probably going to roster Marshawn Lloyd because I know production for production it's there.
No, good advice.
Who has a better season, Josh Jacobs or who went to Minnesota? Aaron Jones.
I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
I think it's a better offense overall.
Agree.
Better offensive line overall. Better quarterback. So all the pieces.
I think he's
better runner. Yeah, but
I think he's harder runner.
Well, then there is that toss up there too. Josh Jacobs doesn't really catch the ball that much, whereas Aaron Jones does catch the ball.
Yeah,
so
they got enough guys to catch the ball.
Who does? Minnesota?
No, Green Bay. They got enough wide receivers. They don't even
plenty of wide receivers. They got 4 wide receivers plus a couple.
I always thought that kind of hindered Green Bay for a while because it's like, oh, here comes a little screen, Aaron Jones. It's like you can almost see it coming.
I can see that. Get back to a more straightforward run,
ball,
play action, pound the ball. Yeah, I like that.
You got guys on the outside to stretch the field. Why not?
So was your answer Josh Jacobs?
Yes.
You like Josh Jacobs better? Because I know Aaron Jones was kind of on your list a little bit, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he fell off like a couple months ago.
Okay, you moved on from him.
Yeah, he's coming off an injury. I don't know.
I was gonna say last year he was out quite a bit, wasn't he?
He had
Yeah,
a
and
hamstring for a good
He
chunk
was
of
like
the year. Yeah,
like in and out. Like, is he gonna play? Is he not? And then
yeah,
he
would
finished
have
up the year strong.
hey,
yeah,
did he?
7,
Yeah.
10-point games, 11, and then he'd have like a 35, and then
Yeah,
just average. So he was really kind of a hit and miss kind of guy for me.
right,
So
right. If you played him at the right time, then it made sense.
I do think him being in the same division kind of helps his, familiarity with the league
Right.
or, who he plays. He's probably pretty pissed off at Green Bay. So he's like really going to play hard. You're going to get 2 great games out of him in there. So
Let's talk
depending on
about
where he goes, I don't think it's a bad play, but
Let's talk about another guy who changed teams, Brad. And you've told me some of the same stuff about him, but Saquon Barkley.
oh, he's my number one.
Brad's number one guy is Saquon Barkley.
I'm going to pay for him. I'm paying Christian McCaffrey numbers for him.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, Brad, we are gonna post this, and I do think most of the guys in our league are gonna be listening.
No one's gonna beat me.
I think everyone's
Dude,
thinking
if you want to try and push me up high, just be careful. I may just drop you off the cliff. So just
I think you and Jay may have a battle for Saquon.
Oh yeah, but Jay don't listen.
Jay don't listen. Yes, that's true. Jay doesn't listen, so he doesn't know that you're willing to go to Christian McCaffrey numbers for him.
I have a very lengthy dossier in every single one.
Is that 65-70? Is that what we're talking?
Yes.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, 100%. I might just shoot it straight up to 60 just to like.
Well, if we go by previous year's numbers, which everything has kind of settled down since that debacle of David Johnson, our high-end number.
Well, first off, if he would have stayed healthy, we'd be having a totally different conversation. 90, if he was the top 3 back and you paid 90, it would have been like, wow, you paid a lot, but like, okay, you got top 3 back.
The production. Yeah.
Yeah. Him getting injured in what, first week, second week? I can't remember.
Well, so let me ask you this. Christian McCaffrey last year was the clear, undisputed number 1 running back. Would he have been worth it for 90 though? It's tippy top of it, but he probably was.
It's like one of those things where like, you're overpaying, but at the same time, I don't care because it's what I want. I know what I'm going to get. So
yeah.
If you had to, it's not the end of the world, but like you better make up with it some really good buys later because you just, you took one of your 35 guys and just cut him down to 15. So
I think it's a skosh too much. Maybe 85 for the number 1 guy, but like also a guy who separates himself too. That's the other thing. Is I think Christian McCaffrey last year was
1 point
on his own island.
1 point PPR might be worth 90.
Yeah. In a PPR, that's different.
There is inflation to no, just kidding. Bad joke.
Better not be no inflation to no PPRs. Not in our league.
Too soon.
So okay, so we have 2 new rules, right, this year? Or not rules, we have two new. We have more bench spots, right? 1 or 2 more?
Yep, 1 more roster
added a bench.
1 more roster spot, and then we're doing fab, and then what was that last one?
It's only 2 I'm doing.
Was that only 2? Okay, I'm trying to remember back to that text message. So fab, you're probably going to have like a little tutorial for.
Nope.
No.
We're all grown men. Do your research. Do your research.
Figure it out.
This was not proposed to me.
This is part of your job description, man. You gotta.
Dude, I think it's been actively described in the text messages pretty well, like probably 2 to 3 times. So
how about a video?
If you go to YouTube and say how does fat budget work, there's already a video that works.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to make a video.
Do you want me to type it in your phone? I can type it in your phone for you.
No. I'm just saying.
I think Brad's right though. When we make rule changes, it is the responsibility of each owner to figure out how that rule change is implemented and affects your league. That's
no support from the top, man. Come on.
I don't know exactly how it's going to go, so why would I give it to a tutorial?
That's true too. It's like we've never used it.
Right.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know how the tiebreaker goes. I don't know what happens. Does it go to fab budget? Like, let's say you bet $1 and no one else bet anything, but you had the next order. like just
Yeah.
randomly. Does it take your dollar, or does it recognize you're the next order? And you,
Yeah,
you're
it's
just free?
gonna be a
I have
trial and
no
error
idea.
year. We've never done this
And-
before. So
And if you both put up $10, who gets it?
Yeah,
does
person
it
in
go
the order
$10
How is that
does.
decided?
and then the
Then
order?
it's
person
then it's
in
the
the next
reverse
order.
order. It's the reverse order then again.
Yeah.
Which
That's what I'm saying.
okay.
There's got to be an in-depth tutorial. But yeah, we'll
Did you hear that?
There will be no tutorial.
look at. I'm
Brad,
gonna
did you hear
find a
that?
good one and send it out because
You can do that. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm
Remember,
gonna
I did not even propose this, Sorrow. So this
You
is
didn't
not my
propose
responsibility.
Fab? Was it Jay?
No. Yes, Jay. There's like 4 of them that actively wanted.
Well, who wanted?
Oh, they all
Fab?
wanted it. Greg,
Oh.
Jay,
They-
okay.
I think Chris was in. I don't know.
I think
But
Jay's
yeah,
the most active because Jay, and to Jay's credit, to his
and
point,
Greg.
is Jay's always like, from 5 to 10, 5 to 9. He's always in the mid. So every time there's a waiver order, he's always picking 5th or worse. So he can never really make his team better. So I do get it. But my defense is that's the whole reason is to make the 12th guy better, not the number 5 guy. So like, I know it sucks, but just be happy you're number 5 and not number 12. There's 2 ways to look at it. So
see how it all shakes out.
this is what you guys want. It's a better for me because now I can sit at number 1 and still get the first pick. So I think that's wonderful.
And it's
So
$100 for the year.
Yep.
You get $100 in your Fab budget for the year.
Right.
Yeah.
For the year.
Yep.
Yeah,
So like the money left in the draft, I don't know if that even goes to the Fab budget. Like I've never even done this before, so I have no idea.
No, that wouldn't be fair.
No, your Fab is different.
Yeah, it's a different account.
But I don't know, Rich.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're gonna find out.
Leftovers. Interesting.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it. No
I mean,
rollovers, man. No rollovers.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
Don't leave $17 in your account, otherwise something bad will happen.
I will punch you.
That's something me and Brad have personally, is that actually it's a slap. Brad's allowed to slap me in the face.
If you leave more than like $4,
I think it's $10 is really the line.
$10. Okay.
If I had $10 in my account, more than single digits, I think that's when he's allowed to slap me in the face.
With a closed hand.
I don't even remember the highest. What's the highest dollar
This
amount?
deal is getting worse all the time.
God dang it. Well, so that 1 year I drafted and I left, I think it was $17 in my account.
We've all had bad years.
It was embarrassing.
Most of mine are
straight
bad
up
years.
embarrassing.
Have a good time. Good time.
But that's what's important, is having a good time, right?
That'll be good. I mean, there's 7 showing up, I think, at Greg's, right?
Don't we have 8?
8.
Is it 8? 8? Nice. Yeah, we got
Eddie is confirmed no-show. But he did
He will not be
confirm
there.
that he is
playing
not auto draft the whole time.
He is gonna okay. So no one's leaving this year, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Matt,
We've had issues in the past. Yeah.
If he does auto
We've had
draft,
issues in the past with one of our owners. He's auto drafted as, which
Eddie,
I don't know if you know what that means.
Why
He just
one of our owners. It's Eddie.
Eddie.
He's blasted.
I mean, I don't know.
He did it last year. I'm pretty right
because Matt doesn't know. Matt doesn't know who Eddie is. So I just
yeah.
But maybe he hears it and he gets bitter about it.
Oh.
So is it prohibited to be auto drafting? That's the rule. Like not a rule, but
I
that's
think it needs to be the rule. Yeah, I mean, emergency.
If you got to take a quick piss, emergency,
right.
quick auto
I mean,
draft,
you can't just hit auto draft. Yeah.
Yeah,
walk
but
away.
I don't want to see it after three picks and you're still auto drafted as like $1. It just takes forever.
Well, how does that work for the auction though? For auto draft?
Well, that's the really fucked up part of it, is that it then just has automatic bidding basically
To your preset values.
To whatever he has as preset values, which in his case, he doesn't go in and set his values.
So it's whatever
so then it's
ESPN
just so ESPN sets those values.
So it'll
basically
it'll nominate and it'll be $40, right? right off
Yeah,
the
it
bat.
just
No.
It goes one by one.
One, and it goes
Oh,
$1,
okay, got it.
$1 each all the way,
And
all the way up.
if like Eddie has no need for it, and you got like $12 left, and you know he's totally worth it, but ESPN said he's worth 21.
Eddie's
just going to keep clicking it, even though he's already got 2 quarterbacks. He doesn't need a third.
That's right. He had like 4 quarterbacks last year, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know why guys, spend $40 on 2 quarterbacks. Like, why would you set yourself up to just trade? Like, people are never going to give you the adequate value. So
we're in a 1 QB league, so like, you got to understand that by the time you get to the 12th best quarterback, you're still at a pretty good value. So most people, that's the simplest way to put it. By the time you get to that 12th guy, you still have a good quarterback. There's a lot of depth at quarterback. I was telling Brad,
it's not worth the number 1 running back.
Okay, so speaking of you guys know I'm always like quarterback, not heavy, but that's like my top priority.
You'll spend on a quarterback.
Yeah, this year I'm making a shift, but just for fun, who's your favorite quarterback this year?
I know Brad doesn't really like him, but I like Josh Allen.
He's topping the charts all over the place as far as ranking.
Well, I think the reason he's going to have such a better year statistically is because he doesn't have as many weapons to throw to. They're not going to run the ball as effective, so he's going to resort back to the old 3 year ago Josh Allen, where he's running the ball for 80 to 110
Scrappy
yards,
Allen.
Which is not good because he gets those big hits, which he is a big guy and he can take them, but I don't think it's like necessarily a good longevity type thing. So if you do that, I highly recommend you back him up with like someone super quality, like a Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, someone you can plug in and you can still get the, somewhat of the production.
That's what's so crazy, man. The depth at quarterback. I'm saying, like, when you go from
so many.
The 12th to the 17th quarterback, you're going, oh, okay, well, like that guy I can plug in and still feel confident I'm going to get 18 points out of him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins, I think I'm going to get a solid 18-point performance out of him if I have to. So that's why I feel,
man. Like, who knows?
The other guy, Sorrow, that I really like this year is Anthony Richardson, which I love that guy. He's everything you need in a fantasy quarterback. The arm talent is there, but obviously
well, we haven't seen a whole hell of a lot because of his injury status last year.
That's the other thing too. That's his value.
That's the scare. That's the scary thing about him is that he is definitely injury prone. Yeah.
Like, who knows?
It's tough, and that's why. Well, he's not going to be $2. I'll tell you that much. I think I've plugged in 15 to 20 for him because I do think he is I think he has the potential to be the number 1 quarterback with health.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, one day you could be a starter in San Francisco, and now let's trade. What is he?
Healthy?
Third string or something?
Who, Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Trey Lance.
You
should
put him on your team as just a little
starting to the third string. So you never know. They got to get out there and play, and you got to see how well they do. So with Richardson, like I'm like half and half. Like, yeah, he sounds great on paper, but we haven't actually seen his full potential because of last year's injury. So yeah, $15-$20.
If you watched him, and he's it's like a Bo Jackson type guy. Like
solid.
He's just like
super solid.
But on that note, y'all, we've been playing the intermission music.
All right. Yeah.
We didn't take no intermission.
We didn't really take an intermission. Let's take a real intermission.
Let's take an abbreviated one.
Yeah.
There's no time to relax. It's the week of the draft.
It's game time. Yeah. We haven't popped on, and it's freaking already game time. I know. Freaking draft weekend is upon us, man.
Sunday. And then we got a Thursday game, Friday game.
My quarterback, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on him. I'm just because I'm going to spend it all on my running backs with Derrick Henry, Saquon.
I'm following you with that same thing because
CJ Stroud.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy lit it up last year just by his numbers.
I'm excited to see Houston. I'm excited to see Baltimore.
And
I'm excited to. I want to see what Chicago is going to do with that.
Indy.
Yeah.
And Atlanta even.
And
Atlanta's
Detroit.
got some
That's a
crazy
lot of
moves.
teams.
Well, I know what we're getting out of Detroit. I mean, it's more
Yeah.
Gibbs. I want to see what we're getting out of Gibbs. But
Yeah.
Atlanta, like they paid two big defenses. They got Judon, and I forget the other guy they picked up, but they got crazy good on defense. They got Kirk Cousins coming in. You know, they got Bijan and Algier, like a totally stacked backfield. You know, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. You got two guys that can stretch. I mean, and they're not really in a great division, so I feel like they have a potential to really have a great season. So,
Sarah, what are you drinking?
This is called Athletic Brewery. It's a non-alcoholic beer.
Is it see-through?
Okay. Yeah, look at that.
Dude, that's tight. I didn't know that.
Am I tripping?
Wow.
I
Is
think
it
it's
super reflective?
no, that's a different can. Can I see? No, I can't see through this thing.
Dude, when
It's
you
just-
put it up, okay, when you put it up to the screen,
anyone just saw
It's
those
like
reflexes that
translucent.
Sarah just had?
it's
Back
just,
that shit up and watch him drop it and catch it. That was amazing, Sarah.
wow.
Yeah, well, I
Oh,
dropped
yeah,
it.
I did see that. That was amazing.
If I was actually drunk, that shit would have spilt all over my fucking desk.
It's really non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's NA. I mean, these taste like real IPAs.
What is the point?
I've been off the sauce for a long time. What's the point? So you can fit
What's
into
the
Matt.
point?
So, Sarah, but like if you drink like 25 or
What a
50,
stupid
you
question,
get,
I
you
know.
get a buzz, right?
Half a percent. It would take 7 beers to hit a Coors Light, one Coors Light.
Oh my
7 of
God.
these. By then, I'll just be
One.
pissed every 5 minutes. So,
But you still get like a little buzz, right?
no, nothing.
No.
Not even a little.
No,
One
Not even if
beer?
you drink like 2 cases.
If I drink
2 cases.
then I have a different kind of problem. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not leaving the bathroom for a long time. I'll bring some
He
to the
doesn't know what I'm
draft.
doing.
I'll. What are you doing?
Dude, it's from Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh man, you're gonna not be my friend. I only watched half that movie and turned it off.
Well, now you're not my friend either.
Oh,
What the
yeah.
hell?
Why
Wow.
would
I
you
don't
do
know.
that?
It's like
What is-
whatever. I don't know.
Did you
I
get
don't-
bored?
What?
Yeah.
You know,
Bored?
hardly
Nothing
remember
exciting's
watching it,
happening.
so maybe I'll give it another go. We'll see what happens.
You gotta give it.
That's
another
kind of a
go,
movie
yeah.
that everyone's seen.
Not the original, the one with Leo DiCaprio, the second one. right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
'Cause there's the original with Michael Douglas in like 1980 something.
Yeah, Jonah Hill.
That's called Wall Street.
Right. But it was
Wall Street.
Nope. Totally
No, that's totally
Different story.
totally different story.
altogether.
Different story. Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street was about the dude.
Why
like
would, why would you
2
name it
pounds of
Wolf of Wall
cocaine.
Street and confuse guys
And
like
that's like
me
the difference.
who haven't seen either one? My thought is like, well, it's a remake. I don't care, you know. So
Yeah.
It's a remake.
Good
That's
times.
good.
I don't
No,
know.
remake
you gotta watch them.
Came out with Twisters. That's a different name.
Twisters. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Is
know
it
that
good?
was a
Yeah.
sequel?
That was clever.
that's a
Twisters.
prequel, right? Or no?
What?
Is it a prequel or a sequel? Is it before or after?
That's
You know, I haven't seen
sequel,
it,
right?
so I don't know.
I heard it wasn't that good.
I think it's
We actually
I
went
think
back and
it's-
I heard
rewatched
it
the
was good.
original.
I heard the cinematography was good, but the storyline was bad.
I don't know. I haven't seen
sounds
it.
about right.
Fine. Okay, we've been off all. How about Deadpool? Anyone see the
Oh,
new
I've
Deadpool?
seen that. That was great.
Dude, I gave up on Marvel a long time ago.
Deadpool's hilarious.
Oh, Deadpool.
There's no way you're gonna ask me to watch like over 25, 30
The opening,
films.
Matt. The opening
all
scene
depend on
with,
each other. Like,
with him just
I don't
tearing.
Yeah.
know.
Okay, bust it
It's
out.
just it
Bust
went
it out,
on too
Sarah,
long.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, me, I don't
What's the
care.
song from that? I forget. What's
it's
that song?
NSYNC. It's
It's
NSYNC.
NSYNC.
Oh,
the
which
Vibe-
one?
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, we'll sing it.
Dude, it's so good.
You know all those
I
dance
don't
moves
know,
that they're super cheap. But
Dude, it's so
Deadpool
good.
did them
I'm like,
while he was killing like 30
yeah,
people,
it's like
and it
throwing
was
stuff and doing all the
incredible.
moves.
Yeah.
It was,
So that was a good
I
movie.
felt it was a little gratuitous. It took it for them to play like the whole song. I was just like, okay. At a certain point, I was like, all right, guys, I get it.
Oh, so
He's
you've seen
killing
it,
them
dude?
all.
That song
Yeah,
still holds
yeah.
up. All these not millennials. What's after them? All these young kids on TikTok are like newly born to this NSYNC song. They're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh,
Shit's
that's
been
funny.
around for 30 years, you know. It was a good movie, Brad. It
Hey, you
was.
know what we should do is next week when we're live, let's put up a poll and see if Matt should get lighting in his office or
Oh,
not.
brother. Here we go.
Matt, I'm gonna
Here
send
we
you the number
go.
to an electrician I know.
There's these electrical guys. They could do something for you. They can help you out. There we
There
go.
you go. Uh-huh.
That's much better. Yes.
Yeah,
Are you
What-
sure?
See those things? They'll light you up. Nice.
Dimmer switch, different colors.
Yeah, dimmer switch and color.
Clearly
You can
5
pick your
different
color.
colors.
Yeah.
They even have them now, Matt, where you can put on your phone and do like purple and blue. Like they got some trick shit out there.
The ones you put in at Jay's house are pretty cool. The little ones. And they turn colors, but yeah, that's Matt needs a light. That's all.
It's
Yeah, I
not
thought Jay should have done like a little bit bigger
Maybe
cans.
it's my
because he
shirt.
did, like 16 or
Yeah.
like 20. He could have just done like
8.
6
half.
big ones. Yeah.
You turn on the light, and then Matt's got like just a big stain on his shirt. It's like, oh, guys.
What are you covering up?
I'm not used to this.
It's an old shirt.
It's an old shirt.
Matt and Rich, did you re-up your Cardinal tickets?
I
did.
didn't. Matt did. Yeah.
My price
Rich,
did not
wait,
change.
hang on. Rich did not or did?
I did
Did
not.
not.
Did
But
not do
Matt
it.
did. Got it. Okay.
Well, okay, get this. Matt's tickets did not go up, right? He didn't
Right.
have a price increase. Matt did not have a price increase. Mine went up by 20% again this year. So that would have been the third straight year they've
Because
raised
of
it by
location,
20%.
right? Because Matt's a little
guess.
higher. Are you
No.
higher?
Matt-
Yeah, I'm in
Matt
the
is-
terrace level.
Matt's in
I'm
the
in the
high
upper level.
seats.
300
Upper
or 400?
level.
Okay.
400.
So
I
he's
just think
up there, but I think
There's not a lot of people, fighting to pay for Matt's seats. And they have a lot more of them to offer.
So they're
So they're
keeping
like, hey,
steady so
we
that
don't want you to go, so we don't
if
want
you
to raise
raise,
them.
if you raise Matt's seats, then some people
Where
might be like,
There's someone
I
willing
don't
to
know.
take Rich's seat. So he's like, well, screw it. We'll raise it 20%. If not, we'll give it to the next guy.
For
Yeah.
40% more. So they
Yeah.
actually want you to leave so they can sell that shit for double.
Yeah,
You
so I
were
just
close.
think you had a high real estate, like you said, location.
Yeah, and it was like, people are like, "Oh, why don't you just like sell all your tickets?" And I'm like, "Well, first of all, that's a pain in the ass."
Yeah.
What if
My
you don't
tickets
sell them? They
and
just
my
go buy
tickets sometimes didn't sell. Like there were times I put them up and they didn't sell. It was just, and I ended up just like pretty much giving them away.
Yeah, face value though, maybe I don't know. Pick the games
Yeah.
you want to go
Yeah,
to.
Why
It's
Sell
hard to
those
get
off.
face value sometimes.
But like,
Yeah.
why go face value? Like, what's the point? Like,
Right. Just buy the
you
tickets.
literally doing all this work, taking all this investment, doing all this.
Meaning, if you
so
can't
someone
get
else
rid
can
of them,
go
get
for
rid
the
of them at
exact same
face
thing.
value to at least recoup your
Well,
initial
yeah. I mean,
investment.
if you
That's
can't get
not
rid of them,
right.
even $50 is better than zero. But that's not ideal. It's not where you're getting into it.
Well,
So
where I was
yeah.
getting.
So,
Go ahead. Sorry. No, you're good.
I did have to sell my Rams tickets. That's going to be the first home game. So that's week 2. And I've had them on sale for weeks. And I finally dropped it. I was like, I'm not here, so I need to get rid of these damn things. And I had to lower it to, it gives you a suggestion. And I went all the way down to the suggestion because I was trying to get more.
What
Which worked
number is
last year.
that? I'm curious. What were you at?
I think I only sold them for like $60 each.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
I sold them. Yeah, they
Oh,
sold.
okay.
I bought.
Well, what I was getting.
Not only that, I literally did not want to go to that game anyway. So
Well, where I was getting at is I'd like to go to at least one game this season because I think I
Yeah.
skipped last season and went the season before. But, yeah, I want to go. If anybody wants to go,
No, yeah,
well,
that was my plan. Is like obviously like I have money that was dedicated to my season tickets each year. So like
Yeah.
instead, I'm just going to go to a couple of games. I'm just going to buy them on the resale market and just go to a couple games.
Splurge a little, go see some better teams or something
Yeah,
instead of a division game or something like that. Actually, San Francisco might be fun if we're any
Yeah.
good. You think we're going to be any good? Anyone?
Cardinals.
Yeah, better than last
Cardinals. Better, yeah, improved.
Better.
Let's put it that way.
8
6
wins?
wins. Nah,
Okay.
that's the ceiling.
that.
I think
8 wins for the
they have
ceiling. God.
Seven is like their minimum. I think
I
kind
think
of.
I think it's gonna be
Mhm.
6.
10 is about their maximum. If they
I wanna
really
see
succeed
8.
this season, they could get 10 wins.
Yeah, but Matt, you're forgetting about the 2 that they just piss away.
Look, I want 8 wins this season. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy with it. And
Still won't be
Will you
enough.
renew your tickets if they don't?
I kind of I'm at the point where if they don't get at least 8 wins, I'm
You're
probably
out.
not going to renew.
Let me give you one more question, Matt.
I was already not going to renew next year, but I don't know. We'll see.
So they get 8 wins, but they're all away.
Yeah, no. That's
Are you still going to renew?
How could you do that to me, Brad?
I'm just saying. It's happened before.
They've had such a bad record at home.
Oh my
so
God.
bad
It's
at home.
literally,
It's
and they
horrendous.
raised the prices. I'm like, just the audacity is like baffling.
That's why I don't blame you, Rich, at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 2 back-to-back 4-win seasons, and
there must be a sizable waiting list for the 100 section. Period. That's probably why they're not going to do that.
Well, no, they gave Kyler a big contract.
I know that, but there's got to be a waiting list
for
the better seats down below, right? So,
I
mean, they
could
run
just
these
assume
numbers,
that
man.
people
like,
pay
okay, we have 40 people waiting for section 10 or the section 100 or something. But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they know that they'll get my tickets went to somebody else very quickly.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
very, very quickly. Yeah. And they're not struggling. Like for the Suns, like 10 years ago, I used to get phone calls and offered season tickets all the time because their attendance was getting low and the waiting list was diminished. So
like D-back games.
Yeah, man, D-backs.
The radio stations are like, call in and spell your name correctly.
Yeah, right.
And we'll give you 2 tickets to the D-backs game.
Matt,
this year,
you've
man.
Been going to some baseball games, though, huh?
I've been to like 4 so far.
Yeah,
and we're going.
Is it hot in there?
Yeah.
It's hot AC, in there, right?
So people are complaining about the AC. Every time I go, I mean, it's not cold, but it's not. It's comfortable.
It's not terrible.
Okay.
I was at when we were up top. If you're up top, it's hot.
That's not what
I don't go. I won't go up top. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Baseball. It's so steep. I don't even like it. So if I can't,
I took the wife and both kids, and we're like, one of these fucking kids is just going to tumble right down this shit.
This does not feel safe.
But luckily, we all made it home safely. But
I don't know. You say things like it's not terrible. like that doesn't really sound encouraging.
I mean, it's tad uncomfortable.
It's comfortable,
but it's fine.
It wouldn't stop me from going at all. It's a really fun experience, and if you haven't been to a baseball game lately, it's a lot more exciting. The music they got
and super high off. I mean, it's like 17 runs the last time I went. They scored a shitload of runs. Like it's.
Diamondbacks are a good team. They're like one of the best teams in baseball.
Yeah, they're right behind. I don't know who's the top Philly.
It's not even September, Rich. Give me time.
There's
the Dodgers.
Hey,
the Dodgers.
They went to the World Series last year, man.
They were number 2. Number 2.
Yeah. They're a good
team. I'm just so.
I can't watch it, but they're a good team.
Yeah, they're just like.
I watch almost every game.
Nice.
You watch every game?
I watch every game, mostly because I think it's fun. I have it on the background. It's not like I sit there and instantly watch it, but it's something. It's nice to have in the background. And I've been betting on it. I've won quite a bit of money, so I've been doing pretty good.
Betting when you're betting? Are you just betting on the Diamondback stuff?
I bet on other stuff, but mostly it's the Diamondbacks.
Mostly
that's where I put most of my money.
And are you betting like? Bless you. Was it a cough or a sneeze?
It was a cough.
Cough, sneeze, cough.
No, bless you.
Yeah.
Just kind of both.
I was just gonna let it slide.
I take that away. Don't even.
You're so good looking.
You're so good looking. That's a Seinfeld reference for those who don't know.
Yeah, I'm not hitting on Matt. That's a Seinfeld reference.
Dude, you know what I just thought about? If you went to one NFL football game, it's the equivalent of going to 10 Major League Baseball games.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
in a
like
season.
for the
Like,
amount.
like,
of
I watched this
Oh,
once
I
a
thought you meant
season.
a single game. I'm like, they're
Like the cost?
No. Like the equivalent
just the
of 1 out of
equivalence.
17
yeah,
game.
100,
Game.
162 games.
Oh, I see.
It's like almost like 10,
Yeah, 10 to 1.
10 games. That's how important 10 games
All
is
they're really
equivalent
doing in
to one
baseball
game.
is chewing gum and eating full-on meals right in the dugout. So that's basically
Literally eating dinner.
they're just hanging out like, oh, you're up, buddy. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Puts his sandwich down.
Hold
you
my
know.
chicken. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
there's
thanks.
mustard on his shirt. He's on live TV.
Yeah.
No,
the camera guys know not to watch him. They're like, oh, he's eating dinner.
yeah, he's eating dinner. Leave him alone.
dinner
Be respectful.
time.
Go to the
Be
fans.
respectful. Yeah. They don't even have cheerleaders. But
No.
Diamondbacks are good. It doesn't take that. It doesn't take that.
Cheerleaders where you draw the line, huh?
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
where's the
so funny
cheerleaders?
when you go to the Arizona football games and you see those guys with binoculars that are like strictly
Oh, yeah.
looking down at the sidelines, and you're like, seriously,
Taking
dude?
I'm
their
gonna take
phones
notice
out,
next time.
zooming
Yeah,
in.
zooming
yeah.
in.
Yeah. We've seen it. We've seen it for
Man.
sure.
It's hilarious.
Freaking
Yeah,
birds.
dirty
No
old
shame.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, dirty old men, man. It's crazy.
But they're
Yeah.
legal. That's what they would tell you. They're 18, right? Yeah. Okay. You're
Yeah,
still
Real
creepy.
quick, because we
You're
are running out of
61.
time.
Oh yeah. What's up? What do
We
you
are running out of time. You got something for us to talk about?
We talked about court. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
want to go down the line and talk about different
Wide receivers?
running backs that you're
Oh, I
excited
was
about.
curious. I was curious about specifically because Sorrell sounds like he's changing his tune. He wants to spend some money.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering, do you
I'm
know who
switching
you
up.
want to
Willie.
spend money on?
Oh, I have it.
Who are you,
I have-
who are you
I have it.
willing to spend some money on?
I have a cheat sheet somewhere, but I've
Okay.
Spill the
obviously
tea.
lost it. Oh, hang on. No, okay. I did a deep dive on rookie running backs, receivers, QBs coming in, but I'm gonna running backs. I mean, there's like 5 or 6, like Jacobs, Bajan. You know, all the guys that you
Where are
guys
the
are
other
talking
4?
about. What's that?
What are the other 4?
Algier, McCaffrey. You know those guys.
What's
like-
the other one?
Henry. Sorry, my apologies.
All right. Hey,
He knew it.
You're just
He
waiting for
he
Henry.
drilled you
whoever's
down.
got the most money.
Oh yeah, go running back. Heavy.
There's only one guy you're not going to get. It's Barkley,
Henry.
so that's fine with me.
Oh, Barkley too.
Barkley.
Yeah.
Sick
So
one.
yeah,
No,
like,
you will not get him.
historically, I've gone after the QB. I've always had a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen type of,
Handsome man.
Yeah. I never drafted Jimmy G, man. So I mean, that theory's folding a little bit.
You had him on your team.
No, I didn't.
You picked him up on
Maybe as a backup or something.
He was a backup. He was your backup.
He was my
He was-
backup.
He was.
Yeah, I gave you shit for him because he's so handsome. You only have handsome quarterbacks. That's it.
Oh man, where is he at now?
Well,
Rams.
It doesn't matter.
He is.
Don't
He is
need
the
him.
Yeah,
best
he's on the
backup.
Rams. God,
I
damn,
have the
I'm-
gold.
I was also searching multiple players, and like some of these players just go from team to team to team to team, like 5 or 6 teams, and Jimmy's one of them. He's been to like 4 teams or something since he
Yes,
started.
Because
to be
he
a
sucks.
journeyman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ask
running
Emmanuel
back,
Sanders.
yeah, spending dollars on running backs, and like Rich said, QBs. If you have a top 12, you're probably going to be doing just fine. So
Yeah, I feel like I could pick 2. If I have to go to where I'm going value at quarterback, I can find 2 quarterbacks and just.
There's still
pick
Justin
them.
Herbert coming off his injuries. Like,
Dude.
I mean,
I'm telling you, I
Lamar
love the kid.
Jackson, Josh Allen,
Aiden
Patrick Mahomes.
Daniels. He's good. The kid in
Aiden
Washington.
Daniels?
Yeah, he's gonna be good for
Oh, Aiden
fantasy
Daniels,
purposes.
Washington. Washington. I thought he was still in
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
No, Jaden Daniels. He's a rookie.
Oh, I thought you said Aiden.
Speaking of rookies, oh, you were thinking of Aiden O'Connell.
O'Connell. Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of rookies, I wanted to talk about Brock Bowers. That's a guy. He's a tight end. I think
yeah.
everybody's all concerned because they already had a tight end. They had Michael Meyer there. I don't think there's reason to be concerned. I like Brock Bowers.
Has
a
anyone
lot.
seen the 2 tight end set and seen how
Yeah.
dominating it can be?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really actually pretty nice. So I think he's one of those like low key tight ends that he's going to have a really good year. So I wanted to get that out to some people. Brock Bowers, go get him.
that's on my rookie list of tight ends. Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I like him a lot. A couple other guys. sleeper guys I like.
Javonte Williams, that's another guy that's a question mark. Do you pay for him coming off the injury? He's a beast. You know, Sean Payton seems like
he's in that second year.
Mm-hmm.
So I like him. I like him, and the volume he'll get. I mean, who's the other guy? Jaleel McLaughlin.
I mean, he runs hard too. He's a beast.
Not McLaughlin, he is.
Williams.
Oh, I mean, I do like McLaughlin too, but I don't think he's there to take touches away. So I think you're looking at a volume guy, a guy who's going to get the ball like 20 times.
Miniature Derrick Henry, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the value they're putting on him, he's going about RB15 right now. I think he could be a lot better than that. I think he could push for a top 10 finish this year. Javonte Williams. I like him.
Well, I'm getting pretty excited about the draft. So the closer it gets.
You guys want to talk about wide receivers at all? I mean, you got 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah. Who do you like? Do you like Marvin Harrison?
See, I like him a lot, but like it's one of those things this year that last year I knew Tyreek Hill, he was going to be the clear number one. I don't know if I know what the clear number one is. And there's so many running backs that I feel like are 15 to 25 and very few that you can go out and pay and get that crazy production. So I think I'm going to kind of steer back from paying for wide receivers and have that be my little value section.
I think you can definitely find people way down the list who have
$5-10.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I like Malik Neighbors, even though he's got Daniel Jones throwing the ball. Malik Neighbors is a good talent. He's a rookie wide receiver, and he's JSN's on my list. I like Keon Coleman in Buffalo.
It's gonna be great. I don't know how he's gonna be, but Jamal Williams in Detroit. I mean, Nico. I mean, I don't know if I'd say Nico Collins because they've got so many weapons there. It's hard to see who's going to get the ball on a daily basis, so that'll be tough.
I think people are actually getting to the point where they're undervaluing Nico Collins a little bit.
Oh, dude, I'll take him if people do that. He's the biggest receiver there. Whenever it comes to two guys that are both getting equal production, always go to the bigger receiver. So,
what do you think of George Pickens, Brad?
I like him better because he's got better quarterback play now. So yeah. I think Russ Wilson actually, there's another guy you can get for $1 or $2. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to have a rejuvenated season. I don't think Sean Payton liked him. I don't think he ever got along with him. He's kind of been broken down, humbled. Now him and Tomlin, you know, he's kind of pissed off. Tomlin is a great coach. He's going to show him the way. So, and he's got a guy like Justin Fields behind him. So he knows like, hey, if I don't do this, he's coming in. So I think it's just a really, really good situation for Russ Wilson. So obviously I like the receivers.
You know who I like as a receiver I didn't talk about is Garrett Wilson. I don't want to talk about him because I kind of want to get him, but Garrett Wilson, I think he's in a good situation, man.
Breece Hall too. That's a great.
Yeah. Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
The offensive line has been adjusted. It's all good. Thoughts on who?
Saint Brown.
St. Brown. Guy's going to get it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe 180 targets at least this year. So
he's solid, man. That guy's good. That's who I'm going after. Receiver.
Yeah, you know he played through an oblique injury all of last season. They said that shit about him. I was like, holy crap, man.
Did you watch that Netflix special when that was him and Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson? They kind of followed them around and Debo, receiver. And they showed they showed some shit these players go through, and you would never know unless if you watch the show, like the pain they play through. It's nuts. Like, he played through that oblique injury and just he's like, I'm doing it. He's ride or die. That's him. So.
Yeah, that's tight. That's good.
It's like what you want to play in Detroit, your fan base. That's how you're going to get them to show up.
That's awesome. What do you guys think of James Conner for fantasy?
James Conner. Solid guy, man. He's always undervalued.
Getting
RB3.
Getting older.
RB3.
I'd want him as my third flex running back. I would not want him as a starter or even my number 2. I definitely want 2 guys better than that.
Flex
But as a
option,
flex 3, sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Great success.
Joe Mixon, that's another one. Kind of who knows?
Did you see Cam Akers?
No.
Oh, Cam Akers. That's going to be his backup. Joe Mixon's backup. But Cam Akers look good, man. Oh, that's one backfield I wanted to tell people about was to get Cincinnati backfield. I'm planning on doing that in our draft. Zach Moss and Chase Brown. Let it play out, but I really like Chase Brown. I mean, if you could only get one, then I choose Chase Brown. But if you can get both, even for the better, get it both then really cheap. All right, boom, boom goes the dynamite.
Boom, boom. You guys ready for the exciting outro?
Outro.
Outro. We're out of
I
here.
prepared something new for you guys. Matt,
Afternoon.
We'll see you next week, guys. Live on YouTube.
see you guys. Good luck with your draft.